Despite the odd episodic release, Hitman was one of 2016's best games. The game demanded players to think strategically, using their surroundings to eliminate drug lords, shady businessmen, and Gary Busey. The only problem with the game was its dull story. Now, here we are 2 years later with Hitman 2, and in that time, IO Interactive went through a management buyout, declaring themselves as an independent studio. With Warner Bros. Interactive as their new publisher, has IO Interactive made a successful sequel in such a short time frame? Welcome to MojoPlays, and this is our review of Hitman 2.
Everyone hates power until you offer them some.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Hitman 2 picks up right where Hitman 2016 left off. Agent 47 and Diana Burnwood must hunt for the mysterious Shadow Client, while popping off the heads of his most crucial allies. As Agent 47 travels across the globe, he'll slowly unravel the identity of this enigmatic figure while learning about his past. And that's pretty much all you need to know before getting into spoiler territory. Much like its predecessor, Hitman 2's story doesn't really do anything interesting, but it chugs along without hindering the experience. So, it's alright. If you played through a good chunk of the previous Hitman, then you'll feel right at home with Hitman 2's gameplay. It's the same old song and dance. Roam the area, observe your target, and find your window of opportunity. However, you'll have to be at your most cunning. You can't go eliminating bodyguards and recklessly racking up casualties unless you want to get penalized and lose XP. Much like its predecessor, Hitman 2 boasts a multitude of ways to eliminate targets, encouraging you to go through multiple playthroughs. Each method is unique in its execution, no pun intended, as well as how one might acquire the proper tools for the job. Although you'll have to choose your methods carefully, every level follows a strict schedule of events, and if you spend too much time trying to find an item or frequently changing disguises, you'll have to improvise and figure out a new strategy. Hitman 2 will do almost everything and anything it can to keep you on your toes. Time is of the essence, and you need to make sure you can assemble a solid plan on the fly without compromising your presence. Schedules aren't the only thing you'll have to worry about either. Hitman 2 will force you to constantly be aware of your surroundings and calculate every move you make. Think you can quickly take out these guards unnoticed? Are you close to a container where you can quickly hide the bodies? You've been compromised. How are you going to lose the heat? Yes, Hitman 2 is a ruthless and cruel mistress, but the difficulty still feels fair. Discovering all of the kills isn't the only reason to replay missions either. Completing challenges will not only increase your overall rank, but it will also net you different weapons to spawn with. You may also gain access to other starting locations, which might help you plan your assassination easier. On paper, these don't sound like major rewards, but they can make for some interesting playthroughs. If you find yourself enthralled in a certain part of the story, IO Interactive has included a sort of recommended missions, for lack of a better term. After completing a level, the game will present you with a subset of missions that will reveal more detail about your targets and their backstories. It's a nice addition, and yes, I am enticed to go back in the near future to uncover these stories. Surprisingly enough, Hitman 2 also includes a couple of multiplayer modes. Sniper Assassin tasks 2 players with taking out bodyguards and 3 targets without alerting unsuspecting bystanders. While we can enjoy the challenge this mode brings, you can only play on one map. Wah wah. So, it's a tad disappointing. The other multiplayer mode is the competitive Ghost mode, which is still in its beta phase. 2 players enter a level and must take out a target before the other one does. However, they can't interfere with each other's worlds, and they must take out their target unnoticed. The first to 5 eliminations wins. It's an interesting concept, but some players may find it to be a stale experience and go back to the single-player content. During our time with the game, we were also given a code for the Legacy Pack. For an extra $20, not only will you get everything Hitman 2 has to offer, but you'll be able to play through all of the missions from Hitman 2016. Basically, you'll get both games under the Hitman 2 umbrella. If you didn't get to play Hitman 2016, you may want to look into this offer. However, if you already own the full version of the previous game, you'll be able to download the episode onto Hitman 2 free of charge. One last thing we want to bring up is achievements. Hitman 2 features 118 achievements, which may provide a significant boost for your Xbox gamer score or Steam account. As for PlayStation owners, you might be disappointed to find that among the massive trophy list, not a single one is a platinum trophy. Not one. As irksome as this is, it is pretty hard to hold Hitman 2 against it when it does everything else so well. Still, it's worth mentioning for you hardcore trophy hunters. Overall, Hitman 2 is almost the same as Hitman 2016, but that doesn't make it a bad thing. It features more challenge, more ways to kill your targets, and more levels to test your intellect. In other words, it's just more Hitman, and I couldn't have asked for anything beyond that. Yeah, the multiplayer isn't up to snuff, but Hitman has never been about the multiplayer to begin with. That being said, Hitman 2 is a must-play if you want something that'll test you, require you to think, and have fun with its own ridiculous antics.
Be cunning, be creative, be ruthless. Good luck.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.